Hi everyone and welcome to Samurai Wheels, a show that puts a spotlight on Japanese cars and car culture. For this episode we've come to the huge Makuhari Messe complex just east of Tokyo to have a look at Japan's biggest car customizing show, the Tokyo Auto Salon.
There are lots of great cars to check out every year. I'm really looking forward to this show. There was no Tokyo Motor Show last year, so I'm sure the automakers are ready for this one.
That's for sure, and I'm hearing we might even see some world premieres. Let's go in and have a look at some of the highlights.
Tokyo Auto Salon 2017. Lasting for 3 days and with over 300,000 visitors, it's one of the largest car exhibitions in the world. This year's 3-day show features 458 domestic and foreign exhibitors, from automakers to custom car shops and after-parts manufacturers. There are 850 vehicles out there on the floor. And like the Tokyo Motor Show, the automakers debuted their latest vehicles here at the Tokyo Auto Salon. Our Samurai Wheels duo is back to check out the cars on display and get a taste of Japanese custom car culture.
Like this auto salon is almost like a jigsaw puzzle of cars and minivans and trucks. On the left-hand side, you've got supercars, 600 horsepower GTR, and on the right, you've got a Hiace, Toyota minivan, and four-wheel drives over there. What do you think?
It's chaos, that's for sure.
Ah, here we go. This is what we featured last year, remember?
This gold GTR, with its intricately embossed body panels, was featured at last year's show. It took 4 months for artisans to complete using traditional techniques. You can pick it up for just 59 million yen. What are they showing off this year?
Well, I mean, look at this paintwork.
This is new.
It actually looks like the car's moving when it's not even moving.
It looks like 3D.
It's almost like a hologram being sort of spotlighted into the paintwork.
It's got depth.
Depending on where you look at, it almost looks like air flowing across the hood here. How do you do that?
We use a grinder to inscribe the patterns.
Are you offering this for sale?
We can do your car for about 100,000 yen. That's cheap, don't you think? One of a kind. Why don't you do it, Peter?
$1,000? Yes, why not?
The show features 850 unique vehicles that have been tuned or customized in all sorts of creative ways, either to enhance performance, appearance, or usage, inside and out. Every year, a grand prize is awarded in each of several categories, including compact cars, sedans, SUVs, and station wagons. Here's the winner of last year's grand prize, InLab. They won for their classic custom job on a Honda S660. Let's see what they've come up with this year.
This year, look at this. They've used a Honda Acti truck. Now, of course, this is a K car. It's a 660cc three-cylinder powered car.
The base vehicle was a simple pickup truck. It was customized based on the concept of working cars are cool.
You see a lot of pickup trucks in the countryside, but this one sure does look cool.
I think it looks pretty good. I like these flared fenders and think this looks really good.
It's futuristic.
Why did you choose a Honda Acti truck?
We like the Acti's nimble image. We wanted to take it beyond the light pickup truck category. This car actually has hidden aerodynamic components. It rides like a dream.
Really? Where?
Right under here.
Do you need this?
That's like what you'd fit to your race car.
Yeah, to capture some downforce.
Even the interior is race-inspired.
This instrument panel looks great. Kind of like a Hummer layout, but smaller.
Peter, look. It's got a roll bar. This is sport. It's got a roll cage in it, a full roll cage.
You could race this thing.
If you take it this far, it looks really good.
This should appeal to lots of people, not just farmers. It's a pickup truck from the future.
Minivans are one of the most popular car categories in Japan. Let's see how the Japanese push the limits of minivan evolution with new features and components.
This exterior is not doing it for me. It almost looks like a standard Hiace.
So the exterior is basically your Toyota Hiace, but we have to look inside because that's where the magic's happening. So let's have a look down here. Oh,
Wow, すごい。
very nice. Very nice.
The roomy interior is big enough for 4 captain seats.
But these seats also have massage functions in them as well.
I heard that Toyota is currently planning a new luxury minivan. This show is where the custom designers give the big automakers a hint as to what direction they should go in.
What's going on at the back of this Hiace?
We close this door like that, which has a ladder on it.
Up we go.
あ
Look at this. It's a proper tent.
Whoa. This is big enough for 2 people to sleep up here. This is a-
Definitely enough room for 2. You get a good view from up here.
The next car that catches their eye is a luxurious 7-meter stretch limousine. The base vehicle is a Toyota Vellfire. The stretched portion is seamlessly matched to the original body for a sleek and natural look.
Let's see what it's like inside. This is luxurious.
Apparently, these are standard Vellfire seats that have been specially tuned for this car. This is funny because, I mean, look, even with me sitting here, the guy sitting in front of me has plenty of leg room, so that's very important. Wow. The ceiling is specially designed as well.
We used LED light.
LED lights. Is this car specially made, or are you offering this car for sale?
Yes, we do offer these for sale. We get a lot of interest from international customers for this kind of vehicle. We've had interest from Thailand, Hong Kong, and Indonesia. A stretch Hummer is a little too wide for roads in Asia. But the Vellfire and the Alphard don't have that problem.
I think so, because it's quite narrow, isn't it? Because with the Hummer, you've got an extra, almost like 30 to 40.
20% wider.
Exactly. How much is this car?
30 million yen.
About 25, so 30 million yen, which is about $250,000. Wow, that's nice. That's nice. I think I'll just take a quick nap here. Actually, So Ukyo, now it's time to check out the offerings from the mainstream car manufacturers, and of course, as expected, we can expect to see some new cars in terms of world premieres. So let's go and check it out.
Since last year was an off year for the semi-annual Tokyo Motor Show, the automakers have a lot to announce at the Tokyo Auto Salon. Lexus Gazoo Racing has been building up an impressive track record, including a 2016 season overall victory in the GT500 category. Here at the Tokyo Auto Salon, they debuted a new version of the RCF developed for the popular GT3 category.
Quite a good-looking car, I think, in terms of Lexus. They've got this spindle grille at the front, which is their signature design element. But let's have a look inside the car. You'd expect nothing less than carbon fiber. This door is about as light as a feather, but it's very strong because it's made of carbon fiber. So, what's it like?
It's very clean and simple. Not cluttered like some high-end European sports cars, but this feels just like a real race car.
Maybe look at, this is one thing that really impresses me, is what they call the ground effect, where you've got the combination of downforce and lift to keep the car on the ground so it doesn't move around, especially the rear. But look at this rear diffuser, that's a really heavy duty.
Nissan's GTR has been tearing up the roads longer, but now the car that everyone's afraid of is the Lexus.
Oh, really?
Toyota Gazoo Racing is also showing a motorsports version of the Yaris for the first time in Japan. The Yaris will compete in the WRC rally race for the first time in 18 years. What happens when a racing division modifies a compact car? Special versions of the Vitz and Aqua were also debuted.
The Vitz TGR, which this is a very, very big seller in Japan, and it's great to see a sports version of it. And I think it looks pretty good, doesn't it? What do you think?
With these modifications and custom parts, the car looks totally different. Very cool.
It's got a rear wing on it. I think we're going to see a lot more of these specialized custom cars from Toyota.
Subaru is showing a vehicle that is currently competing in various kinds of races. This is the Brz Sti Sports Concept, which incorporates various improvements and innovations inspired by Subaru's actual racing experience.
Here you go, jump in. They've got specially designed seats, two-tone seats with red stitching, and you've got your red stitching on the steering wheel here. You've got special logos on the dash. You've got special leather and stitching around the gear shifter.
I like the two-tone seats. It's great that the energy they are putting into motorsports is also having such a positive impact on STI too.
Yeah, I think so. I can't wait to drive this one.
Over at the Honda booth, they're showing off 3 different models of the Civic, a hatchback, a sedan, and a Type R. All 3 are set to go on sale soon in Japan. Since its debut in 1972, the Honda Civic has sold 24 million units worldwide. The previous generation of the Civic was not offered for sale in Japan, so this is the first domestic model change in 6 years.
The Civic has changed.
It's totally different, isn't it?
Just like the NSX and the Accord.
It looks bigger.
It sure does. Cars are shrinking around the world. How come the Civic's getting bigger?
Because I think customers expect a slightly bigger car because it caters more to the way people use cars as societies age. For example, in Japan, the society's aging very quickly, so you need a car that can cater for that new society. So, Ukyo, this is the Japan premiere of the Civic Type R, which was launched at the Paris Auto Salon last year. And as you can see, this is the brand new Civic Type R. We don't know the specifications yet, but we have a good idea because the last car was the fastest front-wheel drive car on the planet. It did a lap of the Nürburgring in under 7 minutes 50 seconds, which means it was faster than any car from Europe. This will probably have, just a guessing game at the moment, maybe a 2-liter turbo, roughly maybe 320 horsepower. What do you think?
I was surprised that the Civic beat all the European front-wheel drive cars at Nürburgring. But we don't know the specs yet. I'd like to find out.
It looks very aerodynamic, and I like the paintwork as well. It's very sort of metallic, isn't it?
I haven't seen anything quite like it. It seems very new. It's that American influence.
This is actually one of the most popular cars around the world under the Honda brand, the Type R. I mean, they had the Integra Type R, you have the Civic Type R, you have the Accord Type R as well. So this Type R is a very, very important model, and we're going to see an NSX Type R very soon.
I'm looking forward to that too.
Mazda is showing 2 of the latest MX-5s. This ND model is painted in classic red. It uses the first-gen color, but with a bit of enhancement using modern technology.
It doesn't look old at all, does it?
It looks really good. That is a perfect color.
This RF model wears Mazda's immensely popular Soul Red. Soul Red and Classic Red. Can you see the difference? It's slight, but definitely there. Color is one of the main ways to customize a car, and Mazda really knows what it's doing.
When you look at the red, Mazda is the only company in Japan that you associate a color with the brand.
We asked a developer why Mazda revived the first-generation color.
This is the color of our very first Roadster, launched 27 years ago. And we really wanted to bring it back. In English, classic can mean old, but it can also mean traditional. This is the red for sports cars.
So this is classic red. We go back to 1989, which is when the original MX-5 came out, and I hear that you have a new business where you're going to restore the original Roadsters, the original MX-5s, using original parts. Can you tell me something about that?
Yes, we feel that in taking good care of Roadsters, we are also doing a lot to maintain car culture. We hope owners can keep their beloved Roadsters in good running condition for a long time. Last August, we announced our plans to launch a restoration business that will help first-generation owners do just that.
Taking a cutting-edge vehicle and dressing it up with a classic paint job was a great idea. It gives it a unique appeal.
So here we are. Look over there, I could just seen a Japanese superhero. There's Ultraman. He's so famous in Japan.
Ultraman is a hero who protects planet Earth from monsters. He's been on TV for 50 years and is popular both with kids and adults.
Ultraman, how are you? Good to see you. How are you going?
Nice to see you.
He's just come down from the Galaxy M78.
I used to love the show when I was a kid. I'm so excited.
Okay, let's have a look inside. So, what have you got to show us, Ultraman? Is this your car?
This is not Ultraman's car. It's a customized Toyota 86 for Ultramen. There are also a wide variety of Ultraman-related tie-in products.
And so you've made a special car collaborating with Ultraman, so you've got lots of Ultraman signature material in here, like from his design, from his body, his coloring, you've got inside the car.
Right. But we didn't use images of Ultraman or monsters. That would shift the positioning toward kids. What we wanted to do is make a car that a man could drive with pride.
How did it come about?
The message that we want to get across is, you don't have to just watch Ultraman. Now you can be a hero yourself.
That's me.
zombie heroes.
That's the concept behind the brand.
So we go to the front here. So from the front you've got a special emblem here, which has the M78, that's the Galaxy that he came from, and the 86, which is the Toyota 86. Now this is really special. I mean, look at this interior. Now we've seen a lot of interiors today, but this is the best design we've seen so far. I love this check design. And if you look at it closely, did you notice? Look at it closely. You've got this M78 and 86 inside the checkered design here. Look at this. And you've got the red stitching here. You've got it on the door as well. You've got these great checkered seats and this piping, red piping. So it's all very, very fun, very sporty, but very mature as well in here, isn't it?
This is the best custom job I've seen on an 86.
Yeah, we've seen a lot today. This is really well done. I love the. So which part do you like the best? Ah, interior. Yes, you see.
NATS is a technical college that's been producing Japan's next generation of automobile engineers for almost 30 years. This customized high-jet cargo from Daihatsu was featured on a previous episode of Samurai Wheels. NATS students transformed this camping trailer into a Japanese tea room. Last year, they received an award for excellence in the SUV category. Let's take a look at their entries for this year.
Look, over here we have a stand that we look forward to every year. It's NATS. Look at these cars here. We've got a whole bunch of cars again this year. This is based on a Toyota Serra.
They sought to make the car as light as possible, with a race car theme in mind.
You can see how light the hood is.
That looks very light. Very light. So it's made out of, what is this made out of?
The core is laminated wood. The exterior is fiber-reinforced plastic and has been coated for added strength and rigidity. The end product is something that's much lighter than if we had used metal.
I think it's the perfect car to make into a race car, light car, because of this cabin, because of with the doors. It's very similar to an actual race car, isn't it?
It reminds me of one of the old C cars.
What does this actually look like from?
A Mazda RX-7.
It does look like a Mazda RX-7, doesn't it? But the base car is the Suzuki Cappuccino.
Oh yeah, I can see it in there.
You can tell by this roof that it's a Cappuccino, but this was actually a very fun car. It's a very tiny cabin, but it has a turbo engine and it's a very fun car. Rear-wheel drive, turbo 660cc engine, a lot of fun.
Once they graduate, they'll be responsible for steering Japan's car industry into the future.
What are your goals in the future? What are your dreams?
We live in an automotive society, but people don't buy cars like they used to. I want to make cars that will get people interested in ownership.
Let's see how one NATS graduate has been putting his education to use. This custom car dealer was started by one of NATS' first graduates. Its original custom vehicles are drawing a lot of interest. The dealer is showing a new custom car based on the Suzuki Jimny, and they came up with an interesting concept for their modification. Hiroyuki Yahaba is a NATS graduate.
I like to fish, and I wanted to be able to camp out while on fishing trips.
This is a custom off-road vehicle for people who fish or just love the outdoors. The body is reinforced to support the tent and its occupants. The 180 horsepower supercharged engine handles poor roads and heavy loads.
How many of these cars do you sell per year?
This is a new concept car, but we're making plans for mass production.
Did you have this idea while you were studying at NATS?
Not at the time, but I really learned a lot from them, including lots of different customization techniques.
Taking the skills you learned at NATS, you're able to make something wonderful. If they turn out engineers who can do this, they must be a great school.
So, Ukyo, we've had a look at the Tokyo Auto Salon today. What did you think? What was your favorite car today?
That light truck we saw at the beginning.
Oh, the little truck that had like a sort of a robot-type face on it, yeah.
If private groups can turn out that kind of vehicle, the sky's the limit for custom cars.
I think I saw a lot of great custom cars today. I like the stretch Vellfire that we saw with those 4 wonderful seats in it. But I'm really glad to see that we have such a big range of customizing cars here, mixed with the Japanese mainstream, because that's what you need to keep the movement going.
Customizing requires imagination. I think that's the true significance of the Auto Salon. To guarantee that Japanese cars stay interesting, young people need a place to display their imagination. Motorsports alone aren't enough.
I was really glad to meet Ultraman too. I hope he comes back next year.
Looking at Japan. View through the windshield. Today, we're in Tokyo's Yotsuya district.